my first sip of beer was at the age of 1. At 13, I was bartending my parents' parties. When somebody wants to make a change, no matter what it is, whether it's health, fitness, booze, relationship, until they look in the mirror and go, I need to do something, nobody's going to convince them to change. When you don't drink, it's always like, well, what's wrong? Why? What happened? I destroyed a lot of people along the way in my drinking debauchery. I used to drink vodka, but now I only drink beer. Congratulations, way to start making a transition, right? I mean, like, what do you say?
I used to be that person.
I only have beer and wine now. I don't drink vodka or do fireball shots. Like, those people are reckless. I was an all-American drinker. I deserve a coat, a plaque. I was really good at it.
Made from the finest corn ever grown on American soil. Its only legal use is to strip varnish off of speedboats.
You take away those 4 to 6 drinks, your relationship's way different. Drinking, it blocks neurological receptors of like the true serum of filter. Well, that's real. It's so toxic to your body. It's crazy. Until your doctor goes, we're going to probably have to take out your liver unless you quit drinking. You probably have 4 months. Really? I'm going to die if I don't quit drinking. Some people go like, I'll roll the dice. Forgive yesterday, be super present, and create what you want to be tomorrow.
You started drinking, did I catch it 13 years old?
I actually started, my first sip of beer was at the age of 1. At 13, I was bartending my parents' parties. From there, I was a pretty good athlete in high school. Didn't really drink a whole lot in high school. And then in business, I found drinking to accelerate all my relationships, and I was really good at it. So I kind of used booze to catapult all my businesses. Despite 2 failed marriages, kind of forgetting about my kids. In 2017, the world kind of hit me in the face and like, man, you got to do something. And turned around, got super healthy, super fit, lost 75 pounds, 82 pounds, I guess, today. So it's been quite a life change. So
82 pounds. Wow.
I was a large Marge. And in my book, I have pictures because, like, I can't believe it. That was me.
Shut. Oh my gosh.
That was a big boy right there.
Wow, look at you. You must feel amazing.
Yeah, absolutely. Life changing for absolutely sure.
Yeah, and that was when you decided to quit drinking?
Sure. Yeah, that was probably a year before quitting drinking. Pretty swollen and large, and that was at a convention in Vegas for work.
Oh.
Yeah. Big transformation for sure.
Yeah. Well, congrats on that. So exactly how long have you been sober?
2017, October 17th, right there. Yeah. 2017. So what's that? 8 years? 7.5 years? 7.5 years.
Yeah. Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
Lucky number 7.
I know. I love it. I feel great. Great relationship with my kiddos. Yeah. It's just nothing good ever came out of it for me. As much as I thought a lot of good was coming out of it, I built my business, and I sold my business in 2016, and I was always the life of the party, which I still am today, just sober free. So my business has actually got better. I can still go to bars. It doesn't bother me in that way. I still buy people drinks, and I'm the party accelerator, but sober. And I feel great the next morning.
Yes. Oh my gosh.
And I don't have all those regrets, right? Oh man, the next day I'd be like, oh shit, did I say that? Oh my God, who do I need to apologize? Did I really? Oh no, I did not. I don't have any of those. And I don't miss that one bit. One bit. A lot of bad decisions came out of drinking.
Yeah. Did you have like a rock bottom? I mean, I know that you mentioned all this in your book, but
my rock bottom was kind of a progression of a rock bottom. Like all the red flags were going off from people, business. I've been in the automotive insurance business for 23 years. And
property and casualty.
Yeah. And so I had a lot of business associates. We'd be in Vegas and I'd be in the hot tub and they'd be like, we have an hour to get suited up and in this event. And I'd be like,
Hey guys, I hope that you're enjoying this podcast. Welcome to Nicow Coffee. We are overcoming addiction. This is locally roasted here in Boise, Idaho. I ship it out. It is organic and chemical free. We got a decaf, which is 0 proof decaf. We have a blackout free espresso. We got a no regrets medium, and we got a fresh start medium dark. I hope you guys will check it out in the description below.
one more round of beers, you'll be fine. Sit in the hot tub a little bit longer. And a couple guys would be like, man, you need to like maybe slow down a tad. And I'm like, I had those red flags going off, and they were definitely going off in my household with my wife and not being present for my kids. And then I went to rehab in October 20th, 2017. So I guess maybe that would be my rock bottom, but it was kind of a gradual slide. I didn't have like this earth-shattering crash and like, oh shit, I got to do something now. It was a gradual slide to rock bottom.
Yeah. You didn't have any like dramatic yets. Or I just had a podcast with somebody and we were like, well, everything looked fine. And then it's like everybody, I think, is like, just because your life looks fine and you're successful and everything, I don't think you don't have that. It hasn't happened to you yet. So you're not going to quit drinking.
Right. Yeah. And everything's different behind closed doors, right? I mean, it can look, it's like social media is like, oh man, everything looks great. Well, what's really going on behind closed doors? And I had a lot of that. My life looked great. Nice cars, nice homes, cute kids, good relationships on the front, but it was the total opposite in the back. I was rude. Poor wife at the time. I'd be out with clients. Martini lunches turned into bottles of wine at nice restaurants, and then go, hey, why don't we end up at my house? And I'd have a whole entourage of people come to my house, 10 people in tow, and call my wife and be like, hey, we're having a party all of a sudden. Can you make sure the wine's out and I'll bring some steaks? And be like, okay. So she was a trooper that way, but it absolutely wore the relationship down drastically because it was not just a once a week thing. This was multiple times a week that would happen.
Ooh. I'd be so mad at my husband.
Yeah, well, did not go over very well.
Sorry, babe. Bringing all these people home last minute, and we're all wasted.
Yep, it didn't. So that progressively just wore that relationship out for sure, and I was too far gone to save it. And then when I was, I went to rehab for 10 days, a pretty intense one. It's called Schick Shadel. Unfortunately, it's no longer around. It's actually called aversion therapy, to where they give you alcohol. And you got kids, so you know what Epicac is, right? So it induces vomiting.
Oh, I haven't had. Thankfully, I haven't had. We've had stitches. We haven't had to deal with that.
Hopefully, you never have to experience that.
Yeah.
So yeah, they give you Epicac, and then they make you swish alcohol around in your mouth, and you violently get sick, and it makes you not like it, which it worked very, very well for me. It has like a 72% success rate because it's pretty inhumane. Hence, probably that's why they closed it.
Oh, but it worked.
It worked. Yeah, and it's 10 days, and 5 days of that, and 5 days of therapy in between, and yeah, big success rate. And I've had a couple clients go in through it before I did, so I was a little nervous about it, knowing how intense it was. But yeah, it worked for me, and I'm forever thankful for that. And I got cert papers the day I got out, which was Halloween. So that was a big pivotal point for me of like, I could really go back into this drinking bubble, or I could have my head right and get my shit together. And when I was in rehab, the third day I was there, I went into rehab to save my marriage, save my kids. I was doing it for everybody else, my business. And rehab was kind of focused around this book called The 4 Agreements. I don't know if you heard of that book, but it's like, I got it right here. It's about be impeccable with your word. Don't take anything personal. Don't assume anything, and do your best. So the focus was around that. But on the third day, it hit me as like, man, if I am not right, absolutely nothing's going to be right. I'm trying to be right for all these other people in my life. And if I'm not right, I'm not going to be right outside. So I really had to look at myself on the inside and fix myself from the inside out, so I could be a better dad, a better husband, a better business owner, a better friend, better brother, all of it.
You got served papers on Halloween. I got engaged on Halloween.
Congratulations.
I meant like back in the day, but like.
What were you dressed up as? like
I was
driving
coming
through?
home from I was coming no, I was coming home from work. Yeah. It's a long story. We almost broke up before we got engaged, so
It happens. But look at you
figure
now.
it out, man. Marry me or not. Like,
Yeah, figure it out, marry me, and now you have 2 amazing kids, and you could never look back.
Exactly. So your marriage did not survive your alcohol.
Nope, it did not.
I mean, and it's unfortunate.
Too much damage. I created too much damage along the way for it to be saved. She checked out and stayed longer than she probably should have.
I was just going to say that. Like, I feel like the alcoholic doesn't realize what they're actually doing to the other one. And I mean, my husband and I see that all the time with our own people. And it's like, do they not realize what they're actually doing and how miserable of a life that like they're creating? But then, both are grown adults and the other one can make a decision also. But like, gross. Like, like, you know what I mean? Like, but you realized that and now you're on a whole different path.
Yeah, I'm not the man I used to be. Not even remotely close. Nor did I. If I look back now, I'd be like, I don't like that dude. I didn't like that dude. What was I thinking? Yeah.
So you were fun. You were loud. You were like the one that like provided all the alcohol and the parties, and
I still do that. Like my closest circle. Like I'm really into, and I talk a lot about that in the book of like your core 4 or your core 6. Like my core people, 2 of them of my core 4, 2 don't drink, 2 do. They're still the party animals, and they're my best friends in the whole wide world. And they were my anchor through this whole process. And I'm still that same guy. I can go to a bar. I can buy everybody drinks. I can still push drinks. I remember what people drink. So I'd be like, if they were, and I learned this when I was 13 serving my parents, when their drink got a little low, I'd be like, they need a vodka soda with a splash of cranberry and a half a lime. So I just remembered that so when I see people's drinks low from being in the hotel business prior to my car business, I knew how to make a tab better. I just brought their drinks. So I was really good at pushing people, which I still am good today, and I'll pick up bar tabs. But I'll be up at 5:30 in the morning feeling like $1 million when they're hungover looking for a Bloody Mary at 7:30.
Right? Oh my gosh. I mean, so you quit for your own reasons. Did health have a play in that?
Oh, yeah. Again, warning signs, even internally, like high blood pressure, bipolar medicine, cholesterol. I was taking all kinds of stuff, and I'm on nothing today. Which booze was the devil for me. It was super toxic for my body. Clearly, I was 80 pounds overweight, which is crazy how resilient your body is. And we just abused the daylights out of it. We only have one of them. So yeah, fitness became my new vice. So I have such a routine now of working out 6-7 days a week. I cold plunge, I journal. I never thought I would journal in my entire life of like, who journals? Like 87-year-old ladies journal, not 50-year-old dudes. But since writing the book, like I journal every morning. Like my routine in the morning is I don't look at my phone for a half hour. I get up, I go outside. It's cold in Seattle, probably like it is in Idaho. I do some breath work. I turn the coffee maker on and hopefully make some of the new coffee that you got coming out. I will journal for 2 or 3 minutes. And then I go to the gym. I work out for no more than an hour. I'm not one of those gym rats. I steam room, I cold plunge, and then I'm ready to go by 7:30 for work. And like, that's my day. If I miss one of those, I definitely feel it. And journaling is one of those big things. I'm like, I forgot to journal today, so I'll make up for it tomorrow. It's just one of those. And my journaling is, things that I want to attract in life. Like, I attract health and fitness. I attract new opportunities. And then most of it's gratitude. I'm thankful for my kids. I'm thankful for my health. I'm thankful for my closest circle. And it's quick and easy. But I know when I don't do it, I miss it. I feel it. So yeah, fitness has been like my new vice lately.
That's good, because I was going to ask you what is in your toolbox. And again, like, obviously, when we read your book, we'll learn a lot more. But
You'll probably want to have me back on it because you're going to have like, oh my God, I got so many more questions for you now.
right? I already plan on having you back on. I mean, we're going to Ed Milet together, and
Yes,
we're going to start
absolutely.
our own, like, our own search.
Sober
We won't
search.
do no. Yeah. Don't tell our secret though.
Okay, yeah.
So,
SSP coming to you soon.
SP all the way. Yeah, I was going to ask you what is in your toolbox: fitness, cold plunging, journaling, sauna. Is that what you said?
Yep.
And obviously, probably eating healthy.
I do. So, like, when I quit drinking, I was never a sweets guy drinking. But now, man, you have 12 cookies around, 12 are going to be gone if they're in the house. Like, I just can't have them around. So that's like sugar is my vice, or chocolate, or ice cream, or whatever. That was my supplement. So I'm trying to do really good on sugar. I think I eat pretty well. I do these IV drips now. Like, I'm so into, like, my goal is to live to 110, absolutely healthy and fit. And I think longevity is going to be such a buzz here in the next 10 years with all the technology they got with plasma spinning and, these peptides and all these things that are so healthy for you, the reversing of aging with NAD. I think it's going to be crazy to watch in the next 10 years.
Wow. Yeah. Good point. And also alcohol is becoming like
they have warning
awareness for
labels
alcohol now.
right?
Not yet.
They're coming. I just heard that they're going to be.
Ireland is coming in 2026. I have a follower from Ireland, and I'm like, I really want to get you on. So, Maddie, if you're listening to this,
hook me up. I'll be on your podcast. Call in, Maddie.
Exactly. Well, he lives in Ireland, and I was like reading an article on it, and I think Ireland is gonna start putting him on 2026. At least that's what the internet said. Who knows? Whatever. And then I know Canada's been talking about it. I don't know about the US.
Hopefully soon. I heard they're coming, which would be a game changer, which I'm seeing because I order a lot of mocktails. I'm a big soda water drinker or iced tea when I go out to the bars or whatever with my kids or clients. But you're seeing more and more and more mocktail pages. And you're starting to see these mocktail bars pop up, which I think people still want to go out and have that vibe, kind of like they do in the morning for their coffee shops. But they want to do it at night at happy hours. They want to go kind of have that same vibe. So now you have these mocktail bars where there's no booze.
Right. I've been mocktail bar hopping with one of my girlfriends, and I was like, that was so fun. And we got to leave and drive home like completely safe without spending hundreds of dollars. And it was just like probably one of the best nights because I don't go to the bars. I don't. And I didn't really ever go when I was drinking. But then I didn't have the kids were in Oregon with their dad visiting family, and I was home with the dogs. But anyways, she didn't have her kids that weekend. And we were like, let's go. We did. It was fun. And now I constantly look for like mocktails. Where's your 0 proof list? Some people don't have it. I'm like, come on, get it together.
Come on.
Or I went to one place and everything in those cocktails were made with a liqueur, or like none of it was alcohol free. Not even like the mixer at all.
Right.
I was like, I can't even get this in a mocktail version if I wanted to.
And you go to the stores now, the QFCs or the Fred Meyers or the Ralphs or wherever you're at in the country, and you go to the beer selection and how many 0 beers they have, from like Budweiser, Heineken to Ultra, like they all have them now.
Yeah. But why aren't they in the restaurant? In like more of the restaurants? Like that's what I don't understand. That's where like I wish there was a bigger movement, like getting these NAs into like the restaurant and the bar scene.
Right.
I mean, they cost just as much.
Yeah, they're going to charge the same, and we'll pay it still too because we want to be in that environment, just alcohol free.
Yeah. So I know like people are going to be like, why do you still want to be in that environment? And why do you still want to get your friends drunk and all that? Like, do you get questioned on that?
Then I get, why am I still a pusher?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I get it both, should you be pushing your friends? Well, I don't push people to not drink, and I don't really overly push people to drink, right? So I pretty much if I'm past neutral, I'm a little bit more towards I'll buy people drinks to where then I don't preach people, hey, you really shouldn't be drinking, bro. Like that's not, you want to drink and talk about that you should slow down, I'll buy you a beer. Like that's when somebody wants to make a change, no matter what it is, whether it's health, fitness, booze, relationship, drugs, whatever, until they look in the mirror and go, I need to do something, nobody's going to convince them to change. I had all that. I had lots of warning signs. I had all the red flags going on, 2 failed marriages. Until I looked in the mirror and go, I need to do something for me. That's the only person I listen to. So it's like I get a lot of people that are super sober curious. I was out for lunch and I sat at the bar ordering a salad. This guy next to me had his martini and I have a soda water. He's like, no martini for you? What's wrong? Like,
what's wrong?
What? But if I would have had a martini, be like, hey, cheers, bro. Let's have another one. Do you want to do a shot? But when you don't drink, it's always like, well, what's wrong? Why? What happened? Well, if you got a minute, or you can read my book in an hour and a half, then come back and ask me the same questions because I destroyed a lot of people along the way in my drinking debauchery. That's why I don't drink anymore. So yeah, you get all walks of life for people that are super sober curious. Like, yeah, I've been really slowing down. I only drink beer now. I used to drink vodka, but now I only drink beer. Congratulations. Way to start making a transition, right? I mean, like, what do you say?
Sorry. I used to be that person and now it's just so dumb. Like,
yeah, I did too. I only have beer and wine now. I don't drink vodka or do fireball shots. Like, those people are reckless. I just make it up and I have 6 glasses of wine instead of 2 shots. Like, come on.
Yeah, exactly.
Who is I kidding? I was kidding myself. Like, look at me. I'm slowing down, everybody. Look, Big Daddy here is making a difference.
Yeah, because this beer is really healthier than that
so
shot of vodka.
Yeah. Well, I think I talk about it in my book is like, my doctor's like, well, if you're going to drink vodka. So I was like, okay, I'll have 8 of those. That sounds great. Instead of 8 beers. Okay. I didn't feel so bloated and fat. Really? It just does the same thing to you. Yeah.
Yeah.
But then somebody has it in their own mind to like, I'm going to make, or people that are like, God, I've been meaning to, or January, right? Everybody goes, I'm on a health kick. I'm going to lose 30 pounds in January, or that's my goal. And 2 weeks in, they're back to eating bonbons and not going to the gym or walking or doing whatever. And it's like, you got to stack. Like my routine took me years to build up to cold plunge for 3.5 minutes. It was 4 seconds at first because it's piercing cold. It's horrible. It's miserable.
I've not yet.
And so you just got to stack all these little baby habits to make them big ones, right? And it's like when people ask me, like, well, how do you lose 80 pounds? 1 at a time, right? We get these big goals of like, your goal, you want to lose 30. Well, divide that over how many times. You need to lose a 0.5 pound every 2 weeks. Look at it that way. Because when you hop on the scale, you're like, oh, I lost 1.5 pounds. It's so far from 30 to where if you go, man, that's a win. I did a 1/4 pound more than I should have.
Right.
It's just how you look at it a little different.
And you didn't put it on overnight. It took you years to gain that 82 pounds or that 30 pounds.
I was an all-American drinker. I deserve a coat, a plaque, something. Like, I was really good at it.
But like you had to reverse all those habits that you created all those years. Like you said, like
for sure.
1 step at a time.
1
pound at a time.
Stack, yep.
1 day at a time, 1 step at a time, 1 stack at a time. Like it's just like, and I think too many people get too hard on themselves. And I can talk weight and food and alcohol all day long because so many people just their mindset isn't right when it comes to losing weight, working out, and quitting drinking. Like they want the instant gratification, but yet you got to work for it. It's discipline.
Yeah, it's like Ozempic's the big buzz, right? Or Wegovy or all these new, quick fix weight loss drugs. These GLP-1s that everybody's taken to like lose weight.
As they're drinking on it. And I'm like, wait, you want to be healthier? You want to lose weight and get healthier, but yet you're still drinking on it? I just got my hair done the other day and her and I were talking about this. I was like, that's insane.
Yeah, it jumpstarts a lifestyle change. You can't go be on Ozempic and drink and then go have cheeseburgers at night at 10 o'clock at night and go to bed. It ain't going to work. It's such a temporary fix that it's like, that's a great jumpstart for your system. But man, you better have some discipline to eat better, maybe not drink as much, work out a little. Like, you got to increase all those little things, not just take a needle in your belly and be like, this is going to work.
Right. So you didn't do Ozempic.
I did for, oh gosh, it would have been a year ago. I was kind of stuck at like 208 for some reason. And I did.
But you used it as a supplement. You didn't use it as the cure-all.
No, and it worked. And so it was a 6-month deal for me, and it helped me discipline myself more on food and fasting till, noon. So I stacked all these little things with it. And then I got to like 184 was like, and I'd been that since, I don't know, a year plus. But it jump-started it for that difference of whatever that was, 15 pounds, 17
But you
pounds.
had already been doing the work, and that's my thing on it.
Right.
Is you got to show that you've worked hard enough to do it. You can't just expect to take something and get sober or lose the weight.
I think the problem is everybody tries to do all the stuff at once,
right?
Instead of just introduce one little thing. Like if you're going to walk, or you're going to get up earlier, or whatever. Like for me to get up at 5 o'clock in the morning didn't just happen. Right? It was 15 minutes here, it was 10 minutes here, and it was led up over a year to get up an hour and a half earlier. It just didn't happen overnight.
Yeah, and there's mornings that I don't want to get up. I'm like, the alarm clock was off at 5:30, and I'm like,
Your body will tell you, be like, hey, you need some rest here.
Yeah.
Your body,
exactly.
If you listen to it, it's a pretty smart little machine in there that we tend to abuse and neglect.
Exactly.
I was just having this conversation with guys because the Super Bowl's coming up, right? And there's all this buzz, and they're talking about Patrick Mahomes, and he's throwing for this and this touchdowns, and they have all these stats, which was like mind blowing to me. Like I can enjoy football, but like I couldn't tell you how many touchdowns he threw in the Super Bowl last year. Not a clue. And these guys are rambling off all these stats, and then we kind of got on health and be like, you know what your blood pressure is, or what's your cholesterol, what's your testosterone? Like they knew nothing about their own body. I'd be like, if you knew all those stats and put that energy into like knowing your body, imagine what that would be like. It'd be crazy. Like most people don't even know what their BMI is, or some people don't even know what the acronyms are when they do their blood draw. I'd be like, I don't know what hemoglobin Gb4 is. Like maybe you should know it's in your body. Like if we just knew our bodies a little bit more, would be probably pretty beneficial.
Yeah.
And our food's so toxic that we have anymore these days. Like when we were kids, we used to be able to get more nutrients out of our food, but because today there's so much pesticides and growth hormones in them, we aren't getting the nutrients that we used to when we were kids. It's way different. So now you got to supplement it.
I was on that whole kick, and it was probably until this last year that I really realized it. It's like I used to eat that when I was a kid. I used to drink that when I was a kid, and now all these things are coming up. Like this is what the ingredients used to be, versus now. I'm like, that is so disgusting. It's like go look at the Daisy brand versus the Kroger brand of sour cream. You're spending less for the Kroger brand with more fake ingredients than the Daisy, and I'm like, it's mind blowing. But then people are consuming ethanol. Literally. And I think that was one of the reasons that made me quit drinking is when I realized what I was drinking, I was like, I'm drinking formaldehyde? Antifreeze? I'm like, what? I'm drinking my perfume? I'm like, oh my gosh. I don't even know. Why is this not an awareness?
Yeah.
Money.
They want us to be sick. So
how do you handle being around drunk people now that you're sober?
Oh, that's a great question. Because I'm so aware of when you're drinking, you stay on that same level of noise and your irritability and all the above. You can kind of watch a room change, right? If you're in that room long enough and the booze is going, weddings for an example, or you're just sitting at a bar, and people get on repeat, right? They start telling the same story like 6 times and be like, God, I heard this already. Are you kidding me? And they get louder. I'll take myself out of it, or I mentally prepare like, hey, I know what's going to happen. So I'm just going to deal with it. And I'm going to make fun out of this situation and enjoy the moment. And know that it used to irritate me. Like, oh, it's getting loud. People are getting dumber. And it's normally not in my circle. It's not my circle that I get irritated with. It's all the other idiots around because I'm so used to my circle and I know the pattern. So it doesn't bother me. I'm just so used to it. Or people get irritated and then you see couples starting to fight and be like, man, that is all booze driven.
Yeah.
Like, oh my God, if you just didn't drink how your night started to where it is now and you take away those 4 to 6 drinks, your relationship's way different. Everybody's the irritation level, right? Like if you look at the science of drinking, it blocks neurological receptors of like the true serum of filter, right? Like, they drinking, that's the true serum. Well, that's real, right? And people's irritability gets elevated. It's so toxic to your body. It's crazy. And which in turn becomes toxic to your relationships. Like, you take booze out of a troubled relationship, that relationship will get better.
Right.
You put booze in a troubled relationship, it's going to get worse.
Yeah. I mean, and like when your relationship's only known booze, like it takes a while to get used to each other without booze.
For sure.
Like,
yeah.
I mean, it was hard for at least
you have to
3
relearn
months.
that relationship.
Yeah.
And it's tough if one's doing it and the other's not. That's a tough deal.
Yeah. I mean, like we still get in like typical like fights like, you're so annoying. But like when the alcohol was involved, it was like it escalated from 0 to 60 in like 2 seconds.
Yeah. I don't like you. I hate you. Don't talk to me right now. Like it's the sensitivity and the irritability level just goes off the charts when you have booze in it.
Yeah. So how long did it take you to be able to be around drunk people?
That was pretty quick, easy transition for me, right? Like my son, 29, still drinks. Not crazy. My daughter, youngest, 14, obviously doesn't drink, but my 27-year-old daughter doesn't. And part of that is I had my kids actually, right? Their experience at a drinking dad in the household, and they're 2 different experiences. Son was, dad was life of the party. We'd have people over all the time. Hot tub was full. Like it was always a party. Dad would be giving shots to all the high school, college kids. And my daughter's texting me from upstairs like, Dad, could you turn the music down? I'm trying to study. Right? So same household, 2 different experiences. Is that part of the reason my daughter doesn't drink today? Probably. For that reason of like,
yeah, it goes down to like, and I say this so often, like, how can it be? It has to be the environment. Like, there's this thing that's been floating around for years. Like there was 2 boys, one drank because his dad did, and one didn't drink because one watched his dad, that's why he drank, and the other watched his dad, and that's why he didn't drink. I'm like, ooh,
it's so true. As you know, being a parent, kids catch more than they're taught. Yeah. Right. And Ed Milet talks about that a lot. Is like, it's caught more than it's taught. It's like, I thought I was like this great dad. Like I was the party house. All the kids were safe. All the high school kids were at my house. I was the drinking house. I had control of it. But really, I talk about presence a lot, like being present. Like my kids were here, but I wasn't present. I was too worried about everybody else and the adults and did they have enough drinks and be like, order pizza and the kids can have it upstairs and put them in the bonus room and they can watch a movie or play video games. That's really not being present. I had an RV when my son was playing baseball, high school baseball. My daughter played softball. So this RV, which we thought it was really a portable bar. So we would go to Boise and Yakima and Wenatchee, and we'd do these, baseball events. And it was a party on wheels because everybody in the stands would have cups like this that probably had red beers or wine or Bloody Marys in them in the stands, everybody.
Yeah.
And I was more worried about them than my son playing baseball. So there's a difference of being present. There's two big differences of like, they're there, but are you present? There's
Right.
massive difference. And unfortunately, it took me many, many years to figure that one out.
Yeah, that's the one thing that I have realized since we quit is being present. I was like, ew, that's disgusting. Like when you think about it, but like, you learn. And then, I mean, it didn't damage your relationship with your kids, did it?
My relationship's better today than it's ever been. I talk a lot about forgiveness in my book. I had to forgive myself for, not being the best dad, not being a good husband, not being the best boss, not being the best son, like all of it. I had to forgive myself. And I think I kind of live in this mantra of like, you have to forgive your younger self, believe in your current self, and create your future self. So I was carrying a lot of like, oh my God, not being there for my kids. I could have been a better dad. I could have been a better husband. I coulda. You can't live that way. You kind of got to go, I forgive myself. And it's not asking people for apologies or like, you really have to forgive yourself for the situations you did. Because you can go ask your friends, and I'm sure you got friends be like, in a drunken night, be like, oh my God, I'm so sorry what I said to your husband. I really didn't mean it. I'm sorry. And they go, oh yeah, no big deal. We were all drinking, right? Well, that is a massive impact on them, whether they forgive you or they don't. So you really kind of got to forgive yourself for like being an idiot. And believe in yourself where you're at today and try to be better every day and create what you want yourself to be in the future. Like everybody should live their life that way. Forgive yesterday, be super present, and create what you want to be tomorrow.
So good. I can't wait to read your book.
You're going to love it.
Yeah.
It'll make you laugh. It'll make you cry. It'll make you have a lot more questions for me.
A lot. Yeah, no, we'll definitely do a follow-up. I mean, for sure. So a lot of people your age, like they say that quitting is harder for you for that your age group because you've done it a lot longer than me. I get that.
Age group, by the way, what's your?
I don't know. You said you were like 50. I don't know.
52.
52. You said 50, so I was just going.
I'm just going with that. Just
going with that. No, I get comments like a few people I've mentioned like commented like, oh well, you're lucky you stopped at a younger age. Blah blah blah. It's harder for us that have been drinking longer, and it's like, what is it?
No, that's just an excuse.
Thank you.
Until something, it's kind of like going to a doctor, right? You're fine. You should eat better. Your cholesterol's high. We'll put you on this medicine, right? And until your doctor goes, we're going to probably have to take out your liver unless you quit drinking. You probably have 4 months before we have to like take that thing out. Unfortunately, something that catastrophic has to happen to people for them to go, really? So I'm going to die if I don't quit drinking. Oh, and for most people, that'd be like a light bulb of like, oh shit, I want to be around, they kind of reset. I got to be there for my wife, my kids, my grandbabies, whatever. And some people go like, I'll roll the dice. I'll see.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, it takes something super catastrophic to happen for people to change. Loses a loved one. Unfortunately, if they drinking and driving, something catastrophic happens, maybe that would trigger an event to stop. We've all driven when we probably shouldn't have, and knock on wood that we were all lucky and blessed that we didn't, looking at our phone, and hit a poor kid on a bike. Like how easy that is today, especially with technology and phones, of like even having 2 or 3 beers, you know, you could blow point whatever it is in your state and be in serious trouble, especially if you harm somebody. So yeah, unfortunately, you have to look in the mirror and be like, what can I do to be better? And is it hard? Yeah, it's you got to get uncomfortable to make a change.
You got to get uncomfortable.
You got to get uncomfortable to get comfortable, right?
Right.
It's like doing a cold plunge. It's super uncomfortable, but over time it gets comfortable. And when you're comfortable, it's hard to get because it's easy, right? You got to go get uncomfortable. I told one of my son's friends, he asked me, and he drinks too much, and he knows it. And he's like, hey, I really want to do something. What can I do? And I told him, you need to change your circle. Your circle is pot smokers, drinkers. And until you're out of that circle, and it's going to be super uncomfortable to get out of it because you're so comfortable and that's your circle it's easy. You got to get really uncomfortable and get out of that circle. That's the first thing you have to do.
Exactly. It's hard.
It's super hard, but choose your hard, right?
Exactly.
Choose your hard. 75 hard was hard for you and your husband, right?
Yeah.
Choose your hard. It's hard to every day if you want to eat better and lose weight and be a better person, a better boss, a better mom, a better husband, whatever. It's hard. It's choose your hard. It's hard to stay out of shape. It's hard to eat bad. It's hard to get in shape. It's hard to eat good. Mm-hmm. Choose your hard.
Exactly.
And get uncomfortable.
Choose your hard and get uncomfortable. Yeah, I never said 75 hard was easy.
I know. What was the hard part? All that water is that'll be the hard part.
That's the easy part.
Oh, that was the easy part.
Well, I mean, obviously the beginning of it was not drinking, but then it became like, it's summertime. I really want ice cream.
Nice sugar.
Yeah, and then I started getting those sugar cravings because I'm not drinking, so I had to get creative and make my own treats. Double hit. I got double hit. So when people ask me, like, how'd you get through the sugar cravings? I didn't have a choice. I wasn't going to fail.
Yeah, you had a goal, and you were like, it's not an option.
Yeah, exactly. 75 days was that.
How long have you not drank?
Almost 19 months.
Good for you. And for me, and I don't think it's a time for anybody. It's like, if you did drink or thought about drinking, you're like, I don't want to give up 19 months. Like me, it's like, I'm not giving up 7.5 years I'm out. I feel too good. And look at my path is like, there's no way that's going to happen.
Right. Exactly. And that's why I tell people, I'm like, I don't think it matters how long you've been sober. If you know that you are done drinking, you're done drinking. Like, I am so confident in no drinking for the rest of my life that, like, it feels like I could be 20 years sober. Like, that's how confident I am in not drinking.
Yeah.
But obviously, like, I have the time. But, like, you know, there's still people that are like, I don't know. Like, I just want to see how this goes. Or, you know, like, you know, get to that 7-year mark and be like, oh, I got this. I have a really close person to us that went 7 to 10 years without alcohol and he's drinking again. Like, how? Why would you give that up?
Right.
But
yeah, there's nothing. I don't think there's anything worse in life than disappointing yourself. We always think it's about our kids or our spouse or somebody else, but there is something about, man, it's hard to disappoint yourself.
It really is.
It's like you're 75 hard. You and your husband were like, I'm not disappointing myself on this deal. I got this.
No, well, I mean, I was a little selfish and was like, I ain't gonna be the first to fail. No way.
Let's go.
Everybody's waiting for me to fail. And I'm like, 2 middle fingers up. I got this. But hey, I have to, man, I wish I had more time to talk to you, but we'll definitely do another one.
Yep. I appreciate you having me. I can't thank you enough, and keep doing your awesome goodness that you're doing in the deed. And I think there's absolutely great big things coming your way. And maybe we'll do some collabs together. We'll be on stage together, sharing our story that, SPP and promoting coffee.
Exactly. Yes. And we will put all your information in the description so people can go find your book. And I'm very excited to see how this turns out for you.
Yep.
Let's get Ed Milet to pay attention to you.
Right. Let's get it going on.
We will rally.
Yes. You have an amazing week, and thanks again.